mathematicians, who's ready to get into some math? Please make sure you have a piece of paper and a pencil for this lesson. We have practiced using a 100 chart to add tens. Today, we will be using a 100 chart to subtract tens. That being said, our goal for today is I can use a 100 chart to subtract groups of 10. We know that when we add tens, we move down on our chart. But what happens when we subtract tens? Which way do we move? Yes, we move up. Each time we subtract a group of 10, we move up a row. And why do you think that we do that? Correct, because each time you move up on a 100 chart, you are subtracting 10. Now let's start with the subtraction sentence, 60 minus 10. How can you use the 100 chart to find the number that is 10 less than 60? We start at 60, and because we are only subtracting one group of 10, we move up one row. Therefore, 60 minus 10 is equal to 50. Now let's say that instead of subtracting 60 minus 10, we were subtracting 60 minus 20. What do you think would happen? Again, we start at 60. How many rows would we need to move? Yes, we are subtracting two groups of 10, so we move up 2 rows. And when we moved up those 2 rows, what number did we land on? Correct, we landed on the number 40. Therefore, 60 minus 20 is equal to 40. Great work. Okay. Now let's try another subtraction sentence. How about 80 minus 30? We are going to start at 80. And I'm subtracting 30. How many tens are there in 30? Yes, there are 3 tens in 30. So how many rows should we move up to subtract 30? We will move up 3 rows. And which number on the 100 chart is 3 rows up from 80? Let's count together starting at 80. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We landed on the number 50. Therefore, 80 minus 30 is equal to 50. To be careful, let's just double check to make sure that we have the correct answer. We will start at 80, and because we are subtracting 30, we will count back by 10 3 times. Okay? Are you ready? 70, 60, 50. We landed on 50, so it looks like we have the correct answer. A round of applause for everyone. Great work. Okay, now let's solve another subtraction sentence. But this time, I want you to try solving it on your own first. And then we will go over it together, okay? Our subtraction sentence is 70 minus 20. At this point, pause the video, solve, and share your work with me. Great work, everyone. Now let's go over this together. 70 minus 20. We are going to start at 70, and we are subtracting 20. There are 2 tens in 20. So how many rows should we move up to subtract 20? Right, we will move up 2 rows. Ready? 1, 2. When I moved up those 2 rows, I landed on 50. Therefore, 70 minus 20 is equal to 50. Now let's say that instead of 70 minus 20, we have the subtraction sentence 70 minus 30. How many rows would we move? Yes, we are subtracting 3 groups of 10, so we move up 3 rows. And what number did we land on? Correct! We landed on 40. So, 70 minus 30 is equal to 40. This has been a fun-filled day of subtraction, and it is that time that we get to reflect and think about whether or not we met our goal. Our goal for today was, I can use a 100 chart to subtract groups of 10. And I think we for sure did that because we solved several subtraction sentences using a 100 chart. Using a 100 chart is a really helpful strategy because it can help us see patterns, it can help us check our problems, it can help us solve quicker and more accurately. I hope that you continue practicing your subtraction at home because in our next lesson, we're going to continue to focus on more strategies on how to subtract these groups of 10. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you at our next math lesson. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.